Hello everybody, my name is Lisa Brown and this is my channel from Brown Eyed Girls Crafting. I hope you guys all enjoy this short little video. I bought this little board from from Hobby Lobby for $2.49. It had been like $9.99 and it was on clearance. This rice paper came from Decoupage Central, and I do have my affiliate link in my descriptions if you just go check those out. This is a cute little eagle. It has kind of a spring feel to it. We're just going to go ahead and put some Pent Dark decoupage glue down. I like using the decoupage glue because 9 times out of 10 you don't even have to iron it down, and you can always get it down with less wrinkles. I'm going to go ahead and lay this down, and I want to make sure that I rub it from the center going out. And I forgot to tear off the little piece at the top. You don't want that white edge up there, even though it is white. You don't want that on. And you want to make sure you dry this very, very good because that decoupage glue is pretty thick and it does take a little bit longer to dry. Now I'm using my little gator sander, and then I realized I didn't go all the way to the top with my decoupage glue. We just put a little bit on there, and now we're going to give that a dry. You want to make sure this is good and dry because if you try and sand off your edges with some wet paper, it's just going to tear your paper. And it's so much easier if you just let it dry really good. Once we get all this paper off, sometimes I like to see if I can find a piece of the paper that will match the top. And here I had that little some jute that was around the edge of it. I went ahead and sanded all of that off. And now we're going to go ahead and get the rest of the paper off and make sure our edges are good and clean. I did put a coat of Mod Podge on this after I was done, but I did that off camera. Once we have all of our paper sanded off and get our edges good and clean, we're going to go ahead and I was looking for a piece that might match it, but nothing really matched it. Sometimes you can find a piece and you can sneak it in and help cover that up. Even though I'm going to put a ribbon at the top of it, you'll still see that that's white. I'm just going ahead and taking some of my French linen paint from the home decor line, and we're just going to paint all the way up and make sure I have a good coat. And then that light part that's at the top of the rice paper there, I'm going to go ahead and paint this color down all the way into it. It's just going to blend it in and it'll look like it's just all one color going up, and it'll be less noticeable. Once you put your Mod Podge over the top of it or any of your decoupage mediums, you won't even realize that you've got paint there. Once we have all that done, we're going to go ahead and dry that really good, and that really did match perfectly. It did have some of the colors in. I'm going to use some fabric that I got from Jubilee Fabrics. You can check them out on Facebook. And I was going through all my pieces there, and I just found a red that I liked, and this blue really did match well. But after I made this little bow and I got it on here, I kept looking at it tonight. I kept thinking, I just don't like that. Sometimes we put something on them and then we're just like, forget it, I'm taking it off. I decided here after I got all of this on, and I had to use some Eileen's tacky glue because my glue gun wouldn't heat up. Never buy an AdTech Synergy Freestyle that you have to plug in. I don't know what the deal is with it, but it does not work. Went ahead and made a small little shoestring bow out of the red. This is kind of a burgundy red. I went and trimmed it down, and I just didn't like it. Once I got it on there, and here you can see where my gun wasn't heating up. The tip wasn't even hot, and it was plugged in, and the light was blue. But anyway, I did get a new glue gun, and we are good to go. Once I got all that on, I decided to glue that on. I put a little bit of the Miss Eileen's tacky glue. And I ended up having to use a brush to get it out because it was really thick. I haven't used it in a while. And I just put a little bit there, and it did adhere that bow really good because when I went to take it off, I had to really use some elbow grease to get it off. Once I got this done, you're going to see on the very last picture here that I changed it up a little bit on the bow. I'm going to take some of the Howard wax on a little brush, and I'm just going around all my edges here because anytime you have rice paper or decoupage paper, it always has like a little bit of a white core. And you can always see that on the edge. I want to kind of darken that just a little bit. And I like to make the corners of my boards, no matter which kind I use, a little bit darker on the corners. So once we get all of this on, and you can see it's just giving it a little bit of shadowing around the edge there. Now I'm going to make sure I get all my edges really good, and my sides, and just the tops, and just keep going just a little bit around my corners, and darken them just a little bit. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you guys later.